All right, welcome back. Today, we are diving deep, right into the very heart of any AI system, the compute hardware. This is the engine room, It's where all the raw power and, frankly, the real magic of AI actually happens.
Okay, before we get into the good stuff, we've got to cover our bases with a quick but important note. So this is Module 5 of a 15-part series on using private cloud for AI. Now, everything we're talking about is an overview. It's based on a really comprehensive report from Virtualization Options LLC, and it's meant as general guidance. This isn't legal or financial advice, and it comes without any warranty. And just so you know, these modules barely scratch the surface of what's in the full report. So the bottom line is, we always recommend you chat with your own financial, technical, and legal pros before you take any action.
All right, with that out of the way, let's jump right in. Let's ask a really fundamental question. If you could literally peek inside an AI's brain, what would you even see in there?
Well, to answer that, we're going to break down the essential building blocks, the core hardware components that make all this AI stuff possible. And we're pulling all our insights for this right from Chapter 5 of the source report.
So inside pretty much every AI server, you've got this dynamic duo working together. First up, you have the CPU. Think of it as the coordinator, or maybe the project manager. It's directing the whole show. And then you have its partner, the GPU, and that's the powerhouse. That's the one doing all the incredibly heavy lifting, all those complex AI calculations.
Now, I know what you're thinking. It's all about the GPUs, right? They get all the press. But the CPU plays this surprisingly crucial role. It is so much more than just a sidekick in this whole operation.
So that kind of begs the question, right? If the GPUs are the rock stars of AI, why are we even talking about CPUs? Why are they still so important? Understanding the answer here, well, that's the key to building a system that's actually efficient. Okay, so think of the CPU as mission control, or maybe an air traffic controller. It's doing all this critical prep work in the background. It's getting the data ready, cleaning it up, augmenting it, breaking down text into what's called tokens. It's orchestrating the entire workflow. And maybe most importantly, it's responsible for feeding a constant, high-speed stream of that prepared data to the GPUs. Seriously, without a strong CPU, your super powerful GPUs are just starved. They're sitting there with nothing to do.
And this brings us to a really crucial point: balance. The report gives us this fantastic rule of thumb. For every single GPU you have in a training server, you need somewhere between 4 to 8 high-performance CPU cores to keep it fed. If you ignore this, you create a massive bottleneck. You'll have these incredibly expensive GPUs just sitting there, literally twiddling their thumbs, waiting for data. It's like buying a Ferrari just to sit in rush hour traffic. A total waste.
So when you're looking at the CPU market, it really boils down to two heavyweights. On one side, you've got AMD with their EPYC processors. Their big advantage? Huge core counts, which is perfect for doing all that data prep work in parallel. On the other side, you have Intel's Xeon processors. They often have these specialized AI accelerators baked right into the chip, which can give you a real speed boost on certain tasks. Okay, so we've covered the coordinator. Now let's talk about the powerhouse, the component that gets all the headlines, the GPU.
And listen to this quote from the report, because it really nails it. GPU selection represents the most consequential infrastructure decision for private cloud AI deployments. Let that sink in. This one choice. This can literally make or break the success and the budget of your entire project.
So, why is it so consequential? Well, just look at the price tag. A single high-end AI training GPU can set you back $40,000. That's not a typo. 40 grand. That's more than a brand new luxury car for just one part in one server. The stakes here are just unbelievably high. So here's a quick look at the market right now. NVIDIA, with their Hopper H100s, is pretty much the king of the hill. And a big reason for that is their software ecosystem. CUDA is just so mature. But AMD is a really strong competitor. Their Instinct MI300 is a beast, and its killer feature is a massive 192 gigabytes of memory. We'll talk about why that's a big deal in a sec. And then you have Google's TPUs, which are super powerful, but you can generally only use them on Google's cloud.
Okay, so why did I just make such a big deal about AMD's memory? Because when you're training these huge AI models, memory is everything. It's not just a nice to have. The amount of memory on your GPU directly determines the size and complexity of the models you can train. It's a hard limit. To put it simply, more memory means you can build bigger, smarter, more powerful AI, period.
And this chart just drives that point home perfectly. Look at this.
As you go from a small model to a large one and then an extra large one, the memory you need doesn't just grow, it explodes. It's not a straight line, it's an exponential curve going straight up. And that is exactly why getting as much memory as you can is a key strategy if you want to future-proof your hardware.
All right, so we get the individual parts now, right? The coordinator CPU, the powerhouse GPU. So how do we put them together? Well, it's not a one-size-fits-all kind of deal. They're combined into these specialized recipes, each one tailored for a different kind of AI job. And the report lays out a few of these common patterns. For example, if you're just starting development or working on smaller projects, a 4 GPU server is a great place to start. But when you're ready for serious, large-scale training, you're gonna want to scale up to an 8 GPU node. Then, once your model is trained and you're serving it up to users, that's called inference, a high-density inference server is way more efficient. And you know what? For some smaller models, you might not even need a GPU. A CPU-only server can be the smartest, most cost-effective choice. The whole key here is to match the recipe to the job.
So we looked at all these pieces, all these different recipes. What's the big takeaway? What's the real secret to putting together a great AI system? It's the question that's on everyone's mind when they start down this road, isn't it? What is the ultimate AI computer? What's the perfect machine I should build? And the answer, which might be a little frustrating at first, is there isn't one. There's no single best or ultimate computer. The goal isn't just to buy the most expensive parts. It's about creating the right balance of power for the specific job you need to do. The real ultimate AI computer is a balanced system where every single part works together in harmony with no bottlenecks holding anything back. And that leaves us with one final and I think pretty big thoughts to chew on. We've spent all this time talking about the right balance for today's AI, but these models are growing exponentially at a rate that's just staggering. So the real question is, how is this hardware balancing act going to have to shift and change to meet the truly mind-boggling demands of tomorrow?